Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Charles and this is Flashback Friday on the old Kiwi farm on FS19. And as you can see ahead of us here, we have quite the weed dilemma. If you remember, in this in the last episode, we planted this field with millet, and we planted two more fields, and wow, you know, just sleeping overnight, I don't know, you know, I just never remembered the growth being quite so fast on this, but we have, you know, some pretty well-established crops now, and they have, you know, after one day, completely mature weeds. So I'm going to start out today. We're going to be going through and killing all the weeds off. And then these also need to be, all these three fields also need to be fertilized, which will be done with this same machine, so it's gonna have a busy day today. Yeah, this field shouldn't take too long because the nice wide width on this sprayer. So I hope everyone is well. I put up another one of my Mars mission episodes, and I was saying at the end of it, you know, I've been doing Flashback Friday on this map, and you know, I realized when I was making that one that I'm, you know, and when I come on here, I usually mention that I'm playing this on, you know, it's Flashback Friday. I'm playing it on FS19, and I realized that now that 25 is out, technically all the maps in 22 are a Flashback Friday as well, and so I was kind of wondering, you know, how many of you out there are playing FS25 already. Let's see, fold that up. We'll get over to our next field. Fold enough so we can get through the gate there. So, yeah, so how many of you are playing FS25 already, or are you just watching it so far? I haven't gotten it. I mentioned that in my Mars mission video. I have not gotten 25 yet. I'm probably going to get it, you know, for Christmas or for the in you know, sometime in the new year, shortly after it starts, I guess. I am not, you know, I'm not overly anxious, and I don't feel like I have to be one of the first ones to get out there and start making videos on it. Yeah, wow, this is like all weed in here, but this is coffee, so it grows really, really slow. But yeah, you know, I don't feel like I really need to jump on and do 25 quite so soon. I'm kind of waiting on some of the modders to catch up with the new game. I do like to play with a lot of mods. They make it easier for me to play, and I also like a wider variety of maps. So so I am kind of waiting for all that to develop a little bit more before I dive in. I think there are enough content creators out there, the bigger creators that are doing 25 on one of the two maps, the Asian map and the American map on there. And I would just, I'd kind of like something, not to say that I won't do something on those two. I just think they're being well covered right now. Um, quite frankly, I'm also watching their videos to find out the kind of things that are new in 25. How the menus work and stuff like that, and I'm absorbing a little bit of it, so it won't be quite as much of a shock when I get there about where to find things. Um, oh wow, look at that in the forecast. We're expecting some rain. It's a good thing we're not doing any harvesting. I just did that episode on my Mars mission, and if you've seen any of those, you know that that entire Mars series takes place inside of a dome on Mars, and so one of the things that I don't understand, and I guess it's just an issue with being too difficult uh, to change the weather in the base game that the maps are based on. Um, but you get uh, you get rain and you get snow in the inside the dome, and it comes through the dome. So I know some people have done some pseudoscientific reasoning about why it would still be raining or snowing inside of the dome, considering all of that would have come from outside. I don't know that I'm quite buying all of that. So, but anyway, one of the things that I try and do on there is, because of that, and I don't think that's not that I'm playing the map ultra realistic. I don't do really any of my maps that way. Um, Even though it's not super realistic, I still don't like the non-realism of the rain and snow inside the domes, and so that was a long-winded way of saying that. I was in that episode rushing to get a very large couple of crops, um, some corn and some sorghum that were in several fields harvested. Before that weather anomaly, because I usually don't film during those, what I call Martian weather anomalies. And so we started out in the morning, and it was really, really dim, but and overcast and everything. And uh, so it really wasn't dark. It was just beginning to get light, so you didn't need to use lights and everything. And all of a sudden, the snow started, and I was going on that. Had a helper going with some harvesting while I was doing some other things, and then I realized that it was snowing, and it was costing me yield just like it does, you know, if you harvest in the rain and everything like that. So, yeah, and this is the rye that we planted just yesterday, and you can see the growth state that it's in now. Uh, so yeah, so we need to get to this before these crops, you know, are suddenly ready to harvest. The coffee takes a long time to grow, so I don't have to worry about that. But I do need to come back and do another layer of fertilizer on this. So we're kind of rushing against that, and but seeing anyway, you know, I was telling you about that on FS22 on the Mars map. You know, I realized, okay, I'm losing yield, and so I kind of stopped, and I forwarded through time a little bit, sped it up until um, the snow had stopped. And by the time I did that, it was about 4:30, I think, something like that, 4:30 in the afternoon. And even by 4:30, it was like twilight almost. You know, it was dark. And so there I was at the very beginning in the morning, waiting for more sun to come up. The snow starts. I forward through time, and by the time it stops, it's back to that, uh, back to that twilighty darkness again. And so basically, the entire episode had to happen in the dark because of the not being able to harvest. And you know, if I had had plant withering on, and if I had gone on to like the next, if I had gone on to the next day or something like that, just to so I could harvest in light and everything, then you know, my crops would have withered. So I was like, really, Farming Simulator, come on. You know, you're gonna have a, you know, a nearly day long snowstorm, so I can't harvest. You know, inside of a dome, you know, in a temperature controlled space and stuff. Obviously, I don't have seasons on in that map. But you know, it just took away all the prime daytime filming that I could have done, and you know, the entire episode took place, you know, in twilight or darkness, where I couldn't see anything that was outside of my headlights. So, fortunately, we have some light to see by here. But yeah, the fast growth on these fields, wow, you know, I'm guessing that probably this field and the millet field that we have up top on our main farm area, in, you know, around the yard there, I'm guessing that we'll be harvesting. Once I go to the next day, or maybe if I was to stay in this day longer, it might, you know, it might pop to being ready to harvest in this day. And I know that I'm pretty sure anyway, I have the crop growths in my settings either on slow or on normal. And I am doing, let's see, well, I should probably check that at some point. I'm pretty sure I have it on, oh, I'm running out of herbicide. And there it goes. That was the last of it. Okay. So I'll run up and grab some more of that. And I'm pretty sure that I have it set 1 month per day. Oh, I used all of that, didn't I? I have to go. I had a IBC over there that I started with. Let's do herbicide. That filled, and back on our way to finish that last field, and then we'll have to switch over to the liquid fertilizer. And that won't be as easy to see where we've been. Okay, just one more little bit here. And that should be that. Okay, now I'll empty that, and I'll come here as my liquid fertilizer. I had initially filled this with the liquid fertilizer and realized that I probably wanted to go ahead and start with the weeds and get those taken care of. Change that view a little bit. I initially had that, I just left it high and far away there, because when the first time I did it, I was going across this top of this field, and the barn over there to our right was I was inside the barn, and so I had to get up so I could see all of the spray, and I might have to get up here to see if I can tell where I have and haven't been. Well, not so much, I don't think, so I might just have to do a healthy overlap. But anyway, I'm just going to be going over these fields again, and so I'm going to I think stick this into a time lapse, and I will do that, and then I'll see you when we come back. Okay, and as you can see, I put that on a worker that is excessively hard to see where we've been, so I'm going to let a worker figure that out. And let's see, I am going to try and get right over there, I think, to the vehicle, to the shop, to see our harvester that's been sitting over there for a while now. Okay, and I take this road and right here. Come on now. There we go. Hop the fence. And there we are. The New Holland, how do you say that? Broad 9050L. You know, if any of you have harvested grapes or anything like that, then, you know, it probably looks pretty familiar to you. Because it does look like a pretty standard grape harvester. 15 miles an hour, not exactly really fast moving. I think I probably should have kept going straight. I think that would have taken me to my farm a little bit faster, but I can get there this way anyway. Okay, and I guess I'll store this over here where I normally have the seeder. Make sure I leave myself room to get out and walk out past the machine there. There we go. Okay. Oh, well, look at that. I was about to say, you know, I noticed growth in everything else, but I hadn't seen any growth in our white grape and kiwi. But you know, it obviously has grown up taller than the last time we saw it. Still growing, not ready to harvest. You know, like I say, the thing I'm interested to see with those is it going to be like it normally is with grapes and things like that when you're doing a vineyard? Are the plants themselves going to stay and you don't have to replant them and they'll just keep growing? You know, obviously you have to go through and fertilize and all that kind of stuff. But are they gonna regrow? Will they be there for another crop, or do we have to replant them every time? And truthfully, you know, it's not that big of a deal to replant them using the planter. You know, I actually kind of like you know, when you plant them and everything, even though I'm sure when I went down I wasn't exactly straight, but it has lined all these things in, you know, in nice straight rows, and you can look this way and they're lined up diagonally too. Pardon me. And so, yeah. So we have millet is still growing. It's that the sort of a teal color here. Teal, got a little bit of white on it. I can't remember what color this turns when it's ready. We'll see how our sprayer is doing down here. Okay, I guess it's saying that it is done. So we'll fold that up, and I think that does it for us for today. You know, this will be a nice short episode. Like I do like to keep these, especially the Flashback Fridays, a little bit shorter if I can. We'll see when I do that that time lapse how much that takes off. Well, let's see, where did I get this from? Well, I'll tell you what, let's just put it right here. And I'll park the tractor right in here next to it. Okay, so there we are, and I want to thank everyone for watching. We'll be back with the next episode where I'm really thinking that we'll probably have some millet and some rye to harvest, and who knows, maybe our white grape and our kiwi too. No clue how long that takes, but at least the plants themselves are getting tall now. So everyone have a great day, and I will see you next time. If you could help me out by going back and going down below and hitting the like, the subscribe, and ringing the notification bell so you know when I post videos. And I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.